Well, I was 2 when I started dancing, so nothing really made me want to dance, maybe ice cream or something, but my mom kind of just put me in class because she thought every little girl needed to take a dance class. When I was little, I tried things like soccer, I played piano, I tried basketball, I did softball, volleyball. I did a lot of things, and dancing was really the only thing that really stuck and I really loved. Like I would dance down the soccer field or dance down the basketball court. So I was like, okay, maybe I should be a dancer. I love how dancing makes me feel, and like just that I can be so lost in the moment and just like turn on a song and dance to anything. And I also love not only how it makes me feel, but how I can make other people feel and how I can move them and tell a story or anything like that. There's very few people in the world that dance, I feel like, and so I'm kind of proud to be part of that little community. I like to share tips and secrets with my fans because I know growing up and still now even, any tips that anybody gives me I really appreciate, and I think they really help me a lot. So if I can help other people in any way, then I will. The best advice I've ever been given is probably never give up, trust yourself, and always be prepared. I think that there's not really any secrets about the dance world. I think the biggest thing is that the dance world is a really small world. Everybody knows everybody. The most important thing is to build a good reputation for yourself and have a really good work ethic, because then more people will want to work with you. Another secret about the dance world, I think, is we go onto stage and we have these really pretty costumes on, but backstage there's a lot of sewing into costumes and buckle and tape and a lot of work that goes into looking perfect on the outside. Hey guys, it's Chloe. So now that we know the whole dance, I brought Nikki Kennedy back here with me because she's going to help us sort of just go through the whole solo and talk about focus, emotions, everything that goes along with performing the piece. So let's just get into it.
So as we talked about before, we talked about the storytelling aspect. So in the very beginning, when the music comes on, I had Chloe just kind of laying on the floor, and as the song says, she wrote to her love's paper. So she's on the floor, she's writing a letter, and she looks into a mirror, and she sees
my love, I guess you could say. I see him in the mirror, and then I kind of come up, and you see that like emotion on my face, like the happiness and the excitement of like him being there. So I roll around, and he's not there anymore. So I'm a little sad.
Yeah, so a lot of the focus of the dance she takes towards this person that she's missing. So I think when you put the choreography together, you really want to think about where the focus is and what the story is. So a lot of the movement plays back to that corner. So keep an eye on that. So go ahead.
Most of the movement in the beginning of the dance is down and heavy, and it's because I thought I saw him and he's not there anymore. So that's really sad for me, and so I'm missing him, and I don't know what I'd do without him.
Right. So do this first movement. So I talked about kind of like a weight on her, and she feels it when she pulls back up. Go ahead. She feels this weight pulling through her center, and it initiates her to be pulled back to the corner again.
And then come around, and you want to make sure that your focus is following your hand as your hand goes up.
So again, she's drawn to this corner. Keep going. Contract. So she's got that punch in the gut right there. Go. Yes. So she keeps going. That initiates her to go this way. Her focus changes. She starts to move and become a little more free.
And then I come down to the floor, and my focus is kind of just down to the ground. And it says, my tears, they ran dry. Yeah. So it's like this part, I kind of feel the weight again.
Yeah, exactly.
And I come around looking at this corner once again. And then when I arch back, it's just like.
In this moment, she's thinking about what she just did. She just wrote to her love's paper. This hand did it. So we kind of joked about that. Like, you don't have control over what you did. So she grabs the hand and pulls it to her body to show that struggle, and then pushes it away from her again. Now here she's going to express the love, so it's coming from here, the heart. She breathes through that movement, and then she feels, and that initiates to there.
And then
again, she has this contraction and this heaviness coming up.
And then you hear the ding, 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 ding. And once again, the contraction and the heaviness. I jump back.
Pushing away, too.
Push. Corner. Then I go to this corner again. I go step, step. around, fan kick, hiding, and now I'm in the corner again. So I roll, and when I come up, it's like, I think it's almost like I thought he would be here, but he's not.
Yeah. And then what's the word here after that? Like what is,
Feel.
yeah, so it's feel. She's reliving that, like when you have a relationship and you reminisce about those happy moments.
Those
So
happy moments.
she's taking that and she's kind of like reliving that happiness, and then she lets it go. Bam. And then she
And that's
keeps.
why it's also important to breathe on that part, because it's almost like you're exhaling all those bad thoughts and you're just trying to become more okay with all of it.
Yeah, and you can hear her. So she's breathing through that. And then she moves. And you see, this is the first movement that she did in the dance. So she had this heavy, and it almost didn't complete in the beginning, but this time she's confident with it, and she's completing the movement. So then keep going.
And then you go down, and your focus wants to follow your hand all the way down.
Yep.
And then you switch,
Let it go.
and then you come around into a split. So make sure your eyes are following your hand again.
And when you guys see her do this full out, keep going to the split, it's a surprise moment. So she has that up, down, and then surprise. She changes direction. Then she's in a full arch here, and a press, explosion to up. The very last part, I think when we were choreographing this in the studio, this was, image-wise, one of the most important things for the video, one of the more important things for the story. So she's looking out the window, and I know people have done that when they're kind of reliving a good or bad moment. So go ahead, she's here, and she's talking, it's the same line as the beginning. I wrote to your paper. And again, she knows she's by herself now, and she's pressing, her focus is out, she's looking. Boom. If you notice this section, her focus changes to this side. So she's no longer having so much weight to that corner.
And I feel like this part, I'm sort of letting myself think about it, because like I can feel him. But
Yeah, and it says, I wrote a story about a man with invisible hands. That's what it's saying right here. So I think you're exactly right. You're
but
there.
I'm not exactly sad about that, I don't think.
Right.
I'm just letting it go. And then step.
Big reach up and over. She almost loses herself for a second here, but then she gets it right back, her confidence. We see her grow, and now she's free. Yay! Up and through, big explosion, a side aerial, and then she's turning through, and she's there. And we talked about, just really quick, this last moment, she comes up from the aerial, and you come up with your arms up, and this movement, we talked about, she's carrying a boulder. So she's taking the weight of this whole story that she just lived here. And every time it hits her, she breathes, and then she goes, she lets it go. So this is the very last part, let it all go, and she spins. And then once she turns to the front, you see that she's just there, confident.
And I never look in that corner again.
That's right.
So I guess that's all you really need to know about this dance. Just remember your emotions, your focus, all of the choreography, and just really just put yourself into it. I guess the next time you guys will see me, I will be doing it in the music video. Please enjoy, and I love you guys all. Bye.